at $2.80. But let's head off now for the late mail with Alf.
Thanks, Chris. Clearly, the late mail here is for Coup d'Eclat. Very, very nice horse. One on.
Will complete the line on the outside. Finnegan moved in, so they're all in set to run. 1200 the trip. Racing now. Peace Ruler jumping okay with Hardy Steel, Finnegan, and in the early stages Bardigo is showing some speed. Revolve around him and Brother Ruthless coming up the middle of the track in company there with Saint Pavon edging across this way, and so is Naden. And the two staying close to the inside. Regal Tess is leading from Rusty Gold. But the leading pack is coming up the middle of the course, it would appear, near the 800 metre mark. And it's Bardigo in the nose roll leading from Brother Ruthless on its far side. And up there too is Naden with Saint Pavon, and Enthusiast is just off the leading horses in the middle of the track. Hardy Steel leads the division coming up near the grandstand side. They stay away from the rail. Finnegan is tracking that horse. Just off them, Peace Ruler, Gibano. Revolve around him under pressure. Coup d'Eclat coming up the middle of the track is running in the first half dozen or so, passing the 400 metres, and Naden has hit the lead from Brother Ruthless, who's rolling around behind it. Then Peace Ruler, Coup d'Eclat, Regal Test not far away over on the inside, and Hardy Steel down the outside, but Naden drifts towards the outside rail and has a good lead. It's Naden from Coup d'Eclat, Saint Pavon, Hardy Steel and Naden, all too good. Naden first, wins by 2 or 3 lengths on the line to Coup d'Eclat and Hardy Steel. Saint Pavon trailed further back, Brother Ruthless, trailed in by Regal Tess, has done well down on the inside, followed by Peace Ruler, and back behind them then Revolve around him, Bardigo, trailed further back by Delphamy, Rusty Gold followed it in, trailed then by Gibano, Finnegan towards the tail, and Enthusiast one of the last in. Naden too good there. Number 1, ridden by James Winks, plotted a course up the middle of the track and then allowed him to drift to the outside rail, but he was well clear of his opposition and has won it easily. Coup d'Eclat's run second, ridden by Karen McAvoy, and Hardy Steel has got third, ridden by Craig Newitt. And they've run 1:09.6 on the slow track. We might just wait for that to be confirmed. That's a very good time. There is an assisting tailwind, a northerly, but still on a slow track, that's an outstanding time. 1:10.5, fourth in went to number 2, Saint Pavon. 1:10.5 and 2. Well, it just proved that the 1400, he just didn't run it out by pulling so hard last time out. And he was equally as impressive today as he was when he won that listed Creswick Stakes here back in early June. Yeah, he's drifted around a little bit on the track, but way too good for them. Coup d'Eclat looked to have his chance. He followed them through up that middle of the course where most of the horses wanted to come right up the crest of the track. Battled away okay. Hardy Steel led the horses over near the grandstand rail and battled on into third place. Fourth in Saint Pavon, who showed speed, and fifth was Brother Ruthless.
In the ring. So they're the only 3 in commission. Magic Answer about to be led up. Previous going to Star of Sequalo, number 1 Mitchell Bell, beat 2 Martique, 6 Sky Cuddle and 5 Amana. Second to 1 Lord Revoke, John Grisdale, and 3 Mind Reader, Huey Bowman won the first. Hugh on Marchioness here, and they're all in. Pleasant afternoon weather-wise out here at Rosehill Gardens. Beryl's drawn the inside. They're racing. Magic Answer wide out, jump quickly. Sacred Hill, Ingress and Marchioness all got out in a hurry, and Isla Christina is bursting through, and Flairon's in the leading pack of horses, settling Ingress narrowly now from Marchioness, Flairon and Isla Christina. Then Beryl, Sacred Hill, followed by Magic Answer, Arabia, Grey Seal and Celestia. They work their way along past the 750, and Ingress narrowly from Marchioness. Flairon wider out third, Isla Christina the centre, and Beryl's on the rails. A couple of lengths then to Sacred Hill, who's racing between Magic Answer the outside and Arabia the rails, and the last pair Grey Seal and Celestia. 550 ahead of them here, and Marchioness snuck away and leads Ingress a length on the point of the corner from Flairon, and then Beryl, Isla Christina, followed by Sacred Hill, Arabia, Magic Answer, Celestia and Grey Seal around the corner and past the 400, and Marchioness a length on Beryl, Isla Christina, followed by Ingress under the whip, and Sacred Hill is next at the 250, and Marchioness, she kicked about 2 lengths now. Second Isla Christina Christina, followed by Sacred Hill. It's Marchioness being flicked along by Huey Bowman, safely holding her rivals. Good battle for Miners. Flying home is Celestia, and it'll get up for second, but Marchioness too good. Celestia second, Isla Christina third, and fourth over on the rail, Sacred Hill, followed by Arabia Beryl, and then Magic Answer, Ingress, Grey Seal, and Flairon whip them in. Number 2, Marchioness, Huey Bowman, winning double for Huey this afternoon. He rode the first winner, of course, Mind Reader, and he just suited Marchioness perfectly. Number 2, by snippets from Lady Chancery and Gay Waterhouse, the trainer. And I'd say that's just about put the trainers' premiership in the bag of Gay for 2002-2003, if it wasn't already there. Number 2, Marchioness, written by Huey Bowman, is the winner. Celestia's run home well for second. Number 5, by Royal Academy, trained by Paul Perry, Matt Paget. And number 3, third, Isla Christina, by Personal Hope from Lady LaSalle, Joe Pride, Brad Pengelly. And 10, Sacred Hill, plugged into 4th position. 2, 5, 3 and 10, Marchioness has now had 12 starts for 4 wins, 3 seconds, 2 thirds. She's run 1:12.21 today. Dear Diane's held the class record for years.
Yeah, it was a nice win. Hugh Bowman controlling the pace up front, and Marchioness proving too strong for them. 2, 5, 3 and 10 running 4th in race 4 at Rose Hill. That first 4 through, $548.20. $548.20 first 4 at Rose Hill. And the first 4 at Cheltenham on that previous event, 7, 5, 1 and 6, was $3,281.60. As Huey. Now let's look ahead to the Sunshine Coast. We're coming into the 4th, and the update are there, and that race is coming up in about 14 from now rather. Steel Cap at 8.80. There's a little money Kalinga Metal and Town Player. Annie La Vie, regarded as one of the better bets today, is at 2.60. It certainly was Larry's best bet. 5.50 Focusing, and then further over you've got 12's about Emma Bell, and 20 Sheer Victory, and the others all at pretty long odds. That's race 4 in 14. We can fit in this interview with Jim Byrne. Is he standing
with Lance Corporal ahead of Crafty Dancer, who's been a drifter. All in 4,500 metres, 18 fences. They're set to run. Racing in the Grand National, Striding Edge out the back. Mr. Lightfoot first to begin from Maltese Sea Star, and Sir Richie went forward with Multi Luck. Corker's Boy, Lance Corporal, Crafty Dancer drifts back to third last as they meet the first of 18, and Striding Edge and Mr. Cigar Man bring up the rear together. Tightly bunched though, settling into stride, and Sir Richie leads. Multi Luck, Mr. Lightfoot third, Lance Corporal improving to 4th on the outside. Closely followed then by Crafty Dancer, Corker's Boy. Then Maltese Sea Star in the centre is improving his place now. Mr. Cigar Man went back to second last, and last of all was Striding Edge as they leap that next fence. Multi Luck pulling a touch on the outside, and Sir Richie now sharing the front. From Lance Corporal third on the outside, trailed by Mr. Lightfoot. Then Corker's Boy on the outside of Maltese Sea Star. Crafty Dancer now third last as they come to the 4th fence. And behind him Mr. Cigar Man, and 2 lengths to Striding Edge. Along the back the first time, Sir Richie again poking through on the inside to assume a slender lead. Goes out 3/4 now on Multi Luck in second placing, and Lance Corporal's a length away third. 2.5 then to Mr. Lightfoot, Corker's Boy midfield from Maltese Sea Star, Crafty Dancer, Mr. Cigar Man, and about 2 or 3 lengths to Striding Edge as they leap the 5th fence, and all jumping it successfully and coming down past 1,000 the first time. Sir Richie is the leader. He's a little over a length in front of Multi Luck second. Lance Corporal pulling in third placing, and he's being followed by Mr. Lightfoot, Corker's Boy the outsiders, 5th from Maltese Sea Star, Crafty Dancer, Mr. Cigar Man still second last, and last is Striding Edge as they come to the next fence up the side. And over it in front is Sir Richie. Lance Corporal is now second, Multi Luck back to third, and Corker's Boy 4th on the outside, and then Mr. Lightfoot as they leap the next one. Then Mr. Cigar Man, Maltese Sea Star, Crafty Dancer's now second last, and Striding Edge laping along at the tail of the field. Into the straight they race now for fences 8 and 9, and Lance Corporal goes through, and for the first time in the race he's the leader with Sir Richie on his outside as they come to the brick wall. Over it they go in third, Multi Luck, and then came Corker's Boy, Mr. Lightfoot, behind them Crafty Dancer on the inside from Mr. Cigar Man, Maltese Sea Star, and still Striding Edge brought up the rear. So they've jumped the first 9 fences, and now it's the favourite, the leader, Lance Corporal for Craig Durden, yet to win a Grand National steeplechase, and he's got the favourite on top with a circuit to run. A length and a half in front. Sir Richard, the Australian and crisp steeplechase winner, is second by 2. 3 lengths to Multi-Luck for Jim Houlihan. Mr. Lightfoot, 4th the inside. Crafty Dancer improves now. He's 5th the inside to Corker's Boy. And then Mr. Cigar Man, Maltese Sea Star, and Striding Edge, after jumping out of the stalls last, is still in that position as they head out, and they've done a circuit now. 2,000 left to go in the clean event Grand National. Lance Corporal, just his second fencing start, a little over a length in front. In second placing, Sir Richie from Mr. Lightfoot. Multi-Luck, they're bunching up. Crafty Dance of the rails within 3 of the leader now, which is a new one. Sir Richie again taking over at that fence. Then Corker's Boy, Mr. Cigar Man, trailed by Maltese Sea Star and Striding Edge, but only 8 to 10 lengths covering them. And here's the fence near the 1700, and Sir Richie outside Lance Corporal take off and land together. Mr. Lightfoot's been right behind them all the way third, followed closely then by Multi-Luck. They're quickening the tempo over the next fence. Crafty Dancer switching to the inside from Corker's Boy, Maltese Sea Star, Mr. Cigar Man, and Striding Edge 10 off the leader. Lance Corporal again goes to the lead. It's been a battle up on top there. Here's the fence coming up, the 13th in it over at the 1400. Lance Corporal now going away by 3 to Sir Richie. 3 lengths to Mr. Lightfoot. Multi-Luck, Crafty Dancer on the inside in 5th, followed by Corker's Boy, and behind these Mr. Cigar Man, Maltese Sea Star, Striding Edge still last. Lance Corporal going clear, coming up the side of the course with 1,000 metres to go. Over the next he goes by about 6 lengths. It's a widening margin for the favourite now. Into second placing comes Crafty Dancer. The top weight chasing his second win in the race. Goes into second, but some work to do to reel in the leader. Maltese Sea Star and Striding Edge is now making ground on the inside. Sir Richie feels the pinch. Here's the next one coming up, the 4th last. Lance Corporal by 6. Striding Edge went to second from Crafty Dancer. Maltese Sea Star, and then Sir Richie and Corker's Boy. 3 to get over, and Lance Corporal all but fell. He went right through it, and he comes to the turn with a 6-length lead. Striding Edge second from Crafty Dancer. Maltese Sea Star, Sir Richie battling away, and then Corker's Boy. Multi-Luck as they come around the home turn. 2 to get over now. Lance Corporal will need a couple of better leaps, and he did it that one. Lands by 6 or 7 now to Crafty Dancer. Maltese Sea Star and the rest battling away. Here's the last one though now for Lance Corporal. He's jumped it tidily. He's still about 5 in front though from Crafty Dancer. Sir Richie fell at the back of the field. Maltese Sea Star is raising an effort. Lance Corporal is tired. He's dead on his feet with 100 to go. Maltese Sea Star and Crafty Dancer are trying to rally. Lance Corporal still in front. Maltese Sea Star pegs him back at every stride, but Lance Corporal pulls something out on the line and wins it for Craig Durden. Lance Corporal from Maltese Sea Star. Crafty Dancer 4 away third, and then Corker's Boy, Multi-Luck, Mr. Cigar Man, Striding Edge dropping out to run second last, and the last one over the line just walking past the post is Mr. Lightfoot.
All right, thanks, Greg. Great call. Lance Corporal and Craig Durden winning his first Grand National steeple, and he's lifted this horse to the line. What an exciting finish it was. Maltese Sea Star closing in the roughie, and Crafty Dancer, last year's winner, running third, and an exciting finish to the Grand National steeple. 5-6-1. We'll get that 4th number shortly after the running of race number 4 on the card. Well, OK, the excitement of the Grand National over, and we've got the runners heading to the start for this 2-year-old, the Pelican Waters Classic there over the 1300. Not as far as the steeple there, Larry, but who's going to win the 4th?
Well, Chris, let's hope we got the favourite here. She looks very good in the enclosure, the 5, Annie Levy. Numbers of 5, 1, 2 and 7. Annie Levy, she did the job well at the last start, behind promoted. I don't think this track holds any fear for her, and particularly on the 54. I think she comes into this.
Stand by for a start. Lights are on. They're about to jump, focusing, and Annie Levy. Annie Levy's in white and blue. They're set and they're racing now. Gee, it was a great start out with Steel Cap beginning brilliantly and Focusing is going fast towards the lead. Annie Levy's getting back in the second half of the field. And when they settle down, it's Steel Cap the leader. Focusing's outside it in the early park. Miss Alita goes to third. Desert Samba fourth on the inside of Town Player. Rugger's going 3 deep around the first corner, followed then by Cooper. Back on the inside is Special Fortune as they go around the top corner. Closely being followed then by Armament. Annie Levy's up in that division. Further back on the field then came Emma Bell. Sheer Victory's going through and between horses. Kalinga Middle's a long way back with Run Boo Boo, Miss Glory Hunter and Bernie Star's back next to last, and Bronx King is at the tail of the field past the 600 metres mark. It's Steel Cap a neck to Focusing. Desert Samba third, followed by Town Player, Miss Alita, then Special Fortune, Sheer Victory, followed by Rugger as they turn the corner, and Annie Levy's trying to get to the outside now, but in the straight, and Focusing went to the lead from Steel Cap. They're about 3 to Town Player. Annie Levy getting home, giving them a big start, and then came Sheer Victory, but Focusing dashed away inside the 200. Gee, Annie Levy is sustaining this long run. Focusing is clear, leads 2 lengths. Annie Levy's gunning it down. Annie Levy's going home right over the top of Focusing, and Annie Levy puts up a big performance. Beats Focusing, Miss Glory Hunter third. It's a photo fourth, Kalinga Medal or Sheer Victory. The next home was Town Player. Then came Rugger. Further back on the field, Run Boo Boo, Cooper King, and then came Steel Cap, Miss Alita, followed by Special Fortune, Bernie Song, a long way back, and then came Emma Bell, followed by Bronx King, Desert Samba, and Armament has pulled up at the tail of the field, and that will be the run of the day. That will be the run of the day. I might be going off a bit early, but I'm here to tell you if another horse can produce a run better than that, it's going to be something to watch. Number 5. Annie Levy, ridden by Jim Byrne. Well, I must confess, I didn't think it could possibly pick up Focusing. Focusing had sprinted away coming to the 200. Not only sprinted away Focusing, but wasn't stopping either.
No, that was a win. Annie Levy came with a thundering run down the outside to pick up Focusing, who travelled so easily too. Miss Glory Hunter third, 5, 7 and 8, and we're awaiting fourth. It'll be between Kalinga Metal and Sheer Victory for the fourth number there. Now that first 4...
Leadner doing a terrific job, and he has Little Dozer in the Winter Championship final here at Flemington today.
All right, good luck to Shane there. Thanks, Alf. That first 4 at Cheltenham of 1, 3, 6 and 5 pays 400.
Third, Lord Revoke the second, and Mind Reader won the first. So Mind Reader was second pick, and then the next 3, all favourites. Now the last up to line here will be Dana's Kingdom. The Norton bit off, and a lugging bit going on today. And they're all set, ready to run. And away they go. And actually, Iggy easily got the best of the start, although She's Lovely is going to race it for the lead, and the Arc likewise. And as they travel a couple of 100 metres, the Scone Galloper, the Arc to the lead from She's Lovely and Iggy. And then comes Darcy Dior, followed by In the Spotlight, Talista Bell, Daneborough. And then Dana's Kingdom at about 3 lengths to Henderson Bay. Working towards the back of the track, and the Arc is the clear-cut leader, about 1.5 lengths on In the Spotlight. In third position, racing Iggy. She's Lovely is fourth, and then the Grafton Galloper, Darcy Dior, followed closely then by Talista Bell. Daneborough third last, Dana's Kingdom second last, and Henderson Bay can't stay in touch. Down the back of the track they travel, and the Arc shows the way, 1.5 lengths on In the Spotlight. 2 lengths to Iggy on the outside, getting its mouth open. The baby of the field, She's Lovely, over on the rails, and then comes Darcy Dior, 1.5 lengths to Talista Bell. After a length then to Daneborough, about a horse off the fence. 2 lengths to Dana's Kingdom, and 6 lengths to Henderson Bay. They race in past the 1,000 marker. Still no change in the order, and the Arc is loping along in the lead for little Georgie Scamoni. 1.5 lengths on In the Spotlight. 2 lengths away, third is Iggy, followed by She's Lovely on its inside, and then Darcy Dior, Talista Bell, followed by Daneborough, Dana's Kingdom, and Henderson Bay is about to tack on as they work their way past the 700. And the Arc, the leader from almost the word go, In the Spotlight sitting second. 2 lengths away, third, She's Lovely, a neck to Iggy, the outside, and a couple of lengths then coming Daneborough, who's is working forward now for Beedman from Talista Bell. Darcy Dior shuffled back, and then comes Dana's Kingdom and Henderson Bay. They're homeward bound by the 400 marker. There's a lovely run for She's Lovely on the rails. The Arc is in front. She's Lovely almost joining it. Eggy battles on. In the spotlights dropped off. Daneborough plugs away. Talista Bell back to the inside, and Dana's Kingdom to the outer. The Arc again getting its second win, raced up to She's Lovely. It's the Arc, She's Lovely. The Arc is finding plenty. It's coming away from She's Lovely, and a good game win. The Arc from She's Lovely and Dana's Kingdom. Talista Bell defend from Daneborough and Iggy. And then in the spotlight, followed by Darcy Dior, and last from barrier to box, Henderson Bay. Gee, did a good job to win that. Gee, I tell you what, little G. Scamone, take a bow in capital letters, bow, B-O-W. He rode that in exemplary fashion. Seen a couple of really good rides here this afternoon by young kids. Star of Sequalo, Mitchell Bell, and now the Arc, ridden by Georgie Scamone. Standing by for the numbers to come up, 450 and 170 for number 5, the Arc, who's by Supremo from Peruvian, trained by Billy Farrow at Scone. A 4-year-old brown gelding is the Arc, start 27 and win number 9. There are no numbers up at the moment. She's Lovely, battled on very, very well. That was only her second run back from a lengthy spell. She's by Zabeel. And she's trained by Gay Waterhouse, ridden by Len Beasley. She's second. And Dana's Kingdom, third, number 7 by Dana Singer from the Neville McBurney establishment, Michael Travels. It is now officially 5, 10, 7 and 6. The Arc first, second goes to number 10, She's Lovely, third to 7, Dana's Kingdom, 6 for the pick 4, and that was Iggy.
Okay, that first 4 will pay 1,700. The Open Winter Championship, but a very, very good race, Alfie. What's your thoughts?
Number 11, Juggernaut, I've put on top here, and I'm pleased to report has been the best backed runner on course. I think it's drawn nicely to get a terrific run in transit here. Desperately unlucky last week in one of the qualifying heats. And I guarantee you one thing, certainly hasn't gone backwards in condition. Looks absolutely delightful
today. Wingrave goes into the line now. Here's Little Dozer coming up now. Little Dozer, runner-up in the event last year with 56.5 kilos. Steve Baster on board Little Dozer. He won this race a couple of years ago on Prince Benbarra. So repeating that news now, Nick is with us that La Zagaleta is the favourite. There has been support for Juggernaut, and at longer odds support too for Wingrave, and some money for Pompous. But it's clear that La Zagaleta is the absolute popular one with the punters. Lethal Lee comes in to complete the field for the Winter Championship final. They're set to go. 1,600. Ready to run. Off now. El Nino jumped okay on the inside, and in the early stages, Malou went forward. La Zagaleta jumped well. He's in the first half dozen. Juggernaut pushing through, and he's inside, and then Ebony Knight. Wingrove cutting across to the rail behind them, and Lethal Lee goes on from the outside barrier. They've covered 250 metres now, and as they settle down, El Nino had the lead to Ebony Knight, and Lethal Lee trapped out on the outside. One further back, La Zagaleta. Malou on his inside, Handy the Normal, followed then by Zero Drama travelling wide. A length and a half, Juggernaut, Roxar, one to Green Pick, and then Wingrove, followed by Little Dozer. Frangelica towards the end in company with Pompous and Chattanooga on the fence. 900 left to go. El Nino the leader. Lethal Lee straight up to second, has done some work. Ebony Knight third. Zero Drama fourth. La Zagaleta fifth the inside. Two Malou, Roxar, followed by Juggernaut as they neared the turn. Green Pick going forward, followed by Wingrove. Little Dozer towards the end. Frangelica, Chattanooga and Pompous is amongst the tail enders, swinging for home. And El Nino the leader from Lethal Lee. Ebony Knight right behind them. Then came La Zagaleta, fourth as they cornered. Zero Drama its outside. Roxar and Malou had a bump coming around the turn. Green Pick pulled to the extreme outside, and then Wingrove. Lethal Lee straight up at the 400 metres, and Ebony Knight darted through on the inside and hit the front. It's Ebony Knight now from Lethal Lee. El Nino. La Zagaleta's coming home fairly well from Green Pick, and then came Juggernaut and Wingrove, but Ebony Knight at the 150 leads by 3 lengths from La Zagaleta, Wingrove, and then Lethal Lee. Ebony Knight hasn't won since he was a baby, but he's going to take out the final. Ebony Knight first by 3, La Zagaleta. Wingrove third, then Green Pick, Lethal Lee, Chattanooga on the rails, and then Frangelica Malou, followed by Juggernaut and Pompous. And further back was Little Dozer, trailed by Zero Drama, Rock Czar, and the early leader El Nino dropped out to run last. Ebony Knight has got the money. Number 9, who I think won his very first race start in January of 2001, but in 22 subsequent starts hadn't been able to return to the winner's stall. Hasn't been with Bill Mitchell all that long, and he has turned this horse around to get the prize in the final of the Winter Championship. Number 9, Ebony Knight, the winner. Winning double for James Winks. Second placing goes to number 1, La Zagaletta, ridden by Noel Callow. Just the effort of conceding 8 kilos to the winner, who'd had a beautiful run, was a little beyond him. And coming from well back, Wingrove has done best of the back markers to grab third. 9, 1 and 6.
Fourth, we think it's Green Pick. We'll get that fourth number shortly after the running of race 5. And 5 is fourth, and that is Green Pick. So you can expect a pretty big div there if you've got it. 9, 1 and 6. And Ebony Knight and James Winks giving young James a winning double there today. Very good race this. Larry, what's your thoughts?
Yes, it is, Chris. I'm staying with What a Guy here. He was my early selection. I do like him, particularly in the enclosure. This horse has come up quite well since his last run. I thought he's just a touch unlucky behind Le Monde. He actually didn't get a lot of room at the top of the straight, and he only just went down. He likes this track. He's won here. You know, this sort of going is probably to his benefit, and I think that under these set weight schemes, he's the horse that comes right into it. He's beaten the better class of horses than these, so I've got him on top from the top weight. He worries me, this top weight. He looks very, very good in the enclosure. However, he's got that problem of getting out of the boxes, but it may not matter because of where he's drawn and getting back on this track today. So I'm putting him up there on appearances. And then, of course, 4 Showbiz Kid I didn't have in, but he's a lovely, big, strong horse. Winner of his last start. I just thought possibly the 1600 might be a problem. And from there, I went down to the 12 Joy of Flight. His form has been quite good. Also run a good race behind Le Monde. There are a couple of others that look well. I thought the 14 did look very fit. But 7, 1, 4 and 12 are the numbers. And Brendan, is there anything happening out in the ring?
I can tell you on course, the favourite is What a Guy, ahead of Amex, even though the tote betting does not reflect that. Both of those have been a bit easy on course. The other one, which is right in the market, is Carahill, number 16, the well-related Danehill horse from the John Simons yard. It's massive overs on the tote. Well, speaking of What a Guy, it's prepared by Brian Guy. Brian, you've got a few Nadeems in this afternoon, and What a Guy's got good form lines coming into this.
Yeah, Brendan, he's going very good. You know, I've been very happy with the horse. As we've got further into preparation, he's got better and better, so I'm happy with him.
Speaking of Nadeem horses, Alpine Express is one of 2 you've got in the glass house. He's been consistent, but he's never won at this track.
No, Brendan, but he's drawn 14 barrier. You know, that doesn't help him any either. You know, I know they're getting out off the track, but that doesn't help him being out there, and, you know, we need a lot of luck.
How about luck as far as Canadian Time's concerned? Dean Tanny has got a few good rides for you?
Yeah, Dean's riding very well at the moment, and with Michael suspended at the moment, Dean's my second rider, and he does a very good job when Michael's not here.
Now, motivated. A cup run, and Rocky 2 runs back was placed. What happened at Ipswich the other day?
I credit to Jason Taylor. He had him walking, and nobody used the brains to go around near him. So, no, it was a great ride by Jason, and we just got back and got held up, and he was doing his best work. He more or less got checked on the corner, and then the last furlong he went past about 6 or 7 horses. So he really worked to the line good, you know, so we're just hoping. We don't know if he'll get the distance, but we're hoping.
So it could be a chance of finishing on the rostrum at least?
I'd like to hope so. It'd be great if we could.
In the last race, we've got a first upper called Little Bit Lively. How will this one go first up? It's been placed in Sydney.
Well, Larry gave it away on me this morning on the television. He tipped it to win, so that's a lot of pressure on it already.
What say you, though?
Brendan, he trialled very good. He's going along quite nice. He's his first run for me. You know, we're probably just still working him out, but I think he'll run a nice race.
Are you surprised with the price? What a Guy, $4.50 on Unitap?
Yeah, I think he's a little bit shorter than what I thought he would be, you know, but his last run was very good.
You're not the only one, Brian. All the best this Savo.
Thank you.
Brian Guy joining us there, as mentioned. On course, What a Guy is the favourite. It has been very easy, but still remains value on the tote. By comparison, Amex, the on-course second elect, is a horse which